What's going on? So, happy Easter. I'm going to keep rolling with these hopefully entertaining stories, and I'm going to go back to my Uber days. I want to say this was like 6 or 9 months ago. I'm in downtown Orlando, and I picked somebody up from the Amtrak station, the Amtrak train, and go there, drive to the parking lot, pick them up. It's like a older black dude in his 60s, if I had to guess, like 62, 63, 65, something like that. And he's got a suitcase. No, I didn't know where he was going yet. I get out, hey, how are you doing? And right off the bat, he's like, "Hi, handsome." And the dude, he sounded, and like I thought two things. I was like, oh geez, this is gonna be a long ride. and and I also thought, oh, he hasn't seen my teeth yet. But so I'm like, hey, how are you doing? And yeah, in my head I was thinking like, shit, this is gonna be a long ride. So I put his thing in the back. He goes around, gets in, we go on our way, and he's making a little bit of small talk. I don't really remember exactly about what for the majority of the time, but at one point he starts talking about his travels, kind of places that he's traveled in his life. And he went to Italy once, and he was telling me about a cab driver. And he was talking about the amenities. Oh, he had like candies and drinks, and you want this, you want that. And then and then he said to me, "You want sex?" And I was like, oh wow, it was like a one-stop shop, huh? And then I redirected the conversation very quickly somewhere else. So the thing about me, I'm not into dudes. I'm pretty secure with my sexuality. For that reason, I'm very comfortable with like gay dudes, like kind of coming on to me a little bit. Like I'll be a good sport about it, and just kind of laugh about it. But yeah, so it never, like, I've had a couple situations like this doing Uber, and I've always been able to see the humor in it. To be honest, it's fucking hilarious. But at a certain point, I think maybe when we got into the car, I saw the destination. And he mentioned something about like he's going to some retreat, and I saw that the destination was some San Pedro something or other, like way at the top of the northern end of Orlando. And San Pedro is the cactus that mescaline is extracted from. If you don't know, mescaline is a psychedelic kind of on par with psilocybin and LSD and those kind of things. Very similar, but has some unique. Anyway, that's not what this is about. Because that was the name, I was assuming this whole ride that it was some sort of like counter-cultural sort of retreat, or at least like that's the kind of place it was gonna be. So we'll revisit that later. Actually, no, we'll revisit that now. So we like kept kind of making small talk. I wish I could remember better. I should have made this video a long time ago. I think he alluded to something else on the ride there. And then when we finally get there, it's a Catholic retreat. And I know like Catholicism I was raised Catholic, and it's kind of almost like a hippie version of Christianity, but homosexuality is still against the rules. And to be honest, this is one of the issues that I always had with a lot of organized religion. Like, I don't have a problem with people believing what they want to believe, but if you're going to declare yourself to be something, like, you should follow all the rules, not like, oh, there are these one or two things that don't really agree with my lifestyle, but everything else I'm cool with, so I'm going to identify as this. Like, that just rubs me the wrong way. And that's one of the reasons why I'm not Catholic anymore. And to be honest, the whole gay thing was a big one. I don't mean to get all like political and all that, but you know, I believe in treating people the same regard and not judging people. That was one of the things with Christianity. You're not supposed to judge people, but except for like these couple things, we can judge you for that. Anyway, back on track. So we figure out where he's going, and it's about time to let him out of the car. And he's like, so I want to ask you something, Corey. Would you let me take you out to dinner one of these nights or tonight or something like that? And going back to what I said, I kind of smiled, and like I was a good sport about it. I was like, you know, I'm really flattered, but even if I was interested, I just don't have the time. I have a really busy life and blah 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 blah. But you know, I appreciate the offer, but I'm gonna have to turn it down. He was like, oh, well, that's okay. Well, thank you. Thanks for the ride. And he tipped me, gave me like a reasonable tip. And we both went on our way and parted ways. And it was a pretty memorable, funny, entertaining ride. So anyway, hopefully somebody got some entertainment value out of this video. But I'm going to try to keep coming with this type of stuff. So I'll catch you guys on the next one.